Y'all, I have literally been talking about last night's verses to anybody that's been willing to listen to me. Like, it's been ridiculous. Like, that's one of the things about myself that I trip about. Once I get on something, like, I'm gonna need everybody to know how I feel about it. So today at work, I was talking about it on my way home. I was listening to it was a Joel Santana song, and this guy in the truck pulled up next to me. He was like, "That's why they lost last night." I was like, "Actually, I was team locked last night, but that was cute. That but it's one of those things. I'm somebody, I thrive off of like seeing unity. Stick with me for a second. And so the fact that so many of us in the world right now are connecting, whether it's through memes, whether it's through like just reading comments about people's experiences watching the verses last night, it's bringing us together. Like, it's a commonality that we all have in this moment in time. And I thrive off of stuff like that. And I think that's why I like concerts. I'm getting off topic. Let me finish. I think that's why I like concerts so much, because like it's a commonality that we all have in that moment in time. Like, we all there because we like the artist, we like music. And in that moment, it really don't matter like what color you are, what your financial status is, like what you've experienced, and like we all there enjoying like the artist. But anyway, so much like I do with everything else in life, I found myself reflecting on last night's verses, and just processing what my takeaway from it was. And I think the biggest takeaway, other than the fact that black men get finer as they age, y'all, and y'all know how I feel about men from up north anyway. But my biggest takeaway was that it's so important, and it's so cliche, we say it all the time, but stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Like the Locks, their stage performance was amazing. The way they delivered was amazing. Like, they just seemed to be much more like alert and aware and just together, in the physical sense, and like I said, in their performance last night. Whereas the Diplomats, they have music that we all love, but it's just it was a distinct difference in like the overall lifestyle. Like, the Locks promote health and wellness. They talk about drinking smoothies. They talk about taking sea moss and black sea oil and stuff like that. And the Locks, and the Diplomats, they got a different lifestyle, and it showed. And it's things that in our everyday life seem so small and so insignificant, but in the grand scheme of things, like when it really comes down to it, it's so meaningful, and it makes such a big difference. And so even for myself, I was convicted by it. I was like, girl, like, you want a G-Wagon. Like, a G-Wagon is one of my dream cars, but you in Target every other day spending unnecessary money. And that may seem like something small right now, because I'm not buying a G-Wagon tomorrow or the next day, but the bigger picture is I need to be better with my budgeting. Like, I'm asking for a crazy ass card payment that's going to require me to be more mindful about how I spend my money. You know what I mean? Working out. I go hard in the gym for weeks at a time. But on that third or fourth week, I'm going to be in line at Chick-fil-A, getting a number one with a milkshake. You know what I mean? And again, it's stuff that seems so insignificant, but in the grand scheme of things, it holds so much weight. And so that was my biggest takeaway from last night. Just being mindful about the things that I do on a day-to-day, so that when it comes time to perform, and not literally, like, I don't mean literally performing, but, if I am blessed with an opportunity to step into something that I've been praying about, like making sure that I'm prepared to do so. And I just think, like, last night, like I said, it was just such an amazing moment in time for the culture. And I love us. Like, I love how we can take a moment and then, like, play on it for days after. Like, the memes today, I have enjoyed the memes. I know I'm a sucker for a good meme. I don't know. It's just been a good day. And I'm so glad that I got to experience that. I'm glad that I feel like I've come to a place in my spirituality. Of course, every day I'm still learning more and I'm still growing, but just that spirit always gives me those hunches, and I'm able to, like I said, just learn something from every experience. Even if something happens and I don't quite understand it, or I can't make out what the takeaway from it, from what the takeaway is in that moment. Eventually, if I think about it long enough, or just in my day-to-day, I'll come across something that I read, or somebody will say something that'll make something click. And I like that. I like that about, just being connected to a higher power, being connected to God. And I believe that's how God speaks to me. Like, just the stuff that I come in contact with in my day-to-day, I'm taught through that. Like, that stuff is then used to help me become a better person. But I ain't come over here to be preachy. I just wanted to share that with you all because it was something that I found to be meaningful and impactful. I hope y'all got to catch that Verzuz last night. I hope y'all ain't one of them people that's having to go back and catch it secondhand, because I promise you it's not the same. State Property, The Locks, and Dipset going on tour. Like, oh my God, I'm getting tickets. Me and my old supervisor turned friend, we were talking like, we gotta go. Like, we gotta see this thing out. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. Girl, I was just talking about a budget, and here I am about to spend money on concert tickets. No, but seriously, I'm getting better with my budgeting, like, for real. Like, I'm starting to do a lot better with that, just being more mindful about that. But you gotta treat yourself every once and again, and that's gonna be my treat to myself. But yeah, I will talk to y'all in my next video. Look at these bags under my eyes, y'all. Like, I was I couldn't stop watching it, and it got to the point where I was like, all right, y'all, can we wrap this up? But I was so intrigued by it, like, I couldn't step away from it. Like, I was gonna stay up and watch it as long as they was going back and forth. As long as they was in that bag of the locks were just dominating. It was amazing. It was amazing to watch. And then the humor behind the commentary and the humor, it was a good night. I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna talk to y'all in my next video. Talk to y'all later.